Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're playing some Planet Zoo. So I went in already and did the first part of the tutorial so I could check out the settings and make sure everything was good for the stream, but haven't went much farther than that. I haven't looked into this game very much. I pretty much already knew I was going to play it. I've played Jurassic World, I played Planet Coaster, so this is right up my alley. Planet Zoo from Frontier. It's a pretty fun game. Loading, waiting for the loading screen. Alright, we're gonna play the first few tutorials here. Start from the beginning.
Heyo at Hematu. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I have a habit of slipping back into the Planko language.
They're like
it's
pushing
good to
that
finally
Planko
meet you in
language
person.
that they came
I'm
up with at
Bernard.
Frontier.
Although I insist you call
It's
me
like the
Bernie.
Sims gibberish
The only
language,
person who calls me
basically.
Bernard is my wife. And even then, only when I've tracked elephant dung into the carpets. As you know, I
That's
own several
disgusting.
zoos, but I always like to show people the ropes here at my home. This is the first zoo I ever opened, and a source of great pride for me. And pride.
Started from the
thanks
bottom,
to
now
a
we're
lion
here.
breeding program we ran in the 80s. But we're in the middle of a big renovation, and that's where you come in. Sadly, our old contractor had to retire after developing a fur allergy. Poor devil kept sneezing his dentures into the lion habitat. So,
that's messed
it's
up.
up to you to finish everything
If
off.
the lions ate the dentures.
Don't worry, though. I'm not
Animal
completely
abuse.
throwing you in at the deep end. My head keeper, Nancy Jones, will be lending a helping hand.
Nancy.
Oh, she's a hard worker, and she'll expect you to be too. But I'm sure you'll get along like a house on fire, or even better, one that isn't on fire. Less shouting that way.
Whatever that means.
Hello there. From that rosy, fresh face of yours, I'm guessing you're Bernie's new hire. Good. Now, I hope you're ready to ditch your diploma because we're about to get really hands-on.
Oh my.
But before we begin the real work, how about we familiarize you with the zoo by learning how to fly around it?
Yeah,
and
that's
visiting
probably a
some
good
of our
plan.
beautiful animals.
Wait, I can
We'll
fly?
start by popping over and
Feel like
having
Iron
a
Man.
look-see at the grizzly bears in their habitat.
Flying around.
Did you know that grizzly bears,
I bet I'll get
also
eight.
known as
Look like I got my
Ursus
Iron Man
arctos
suit.
horribilis, can hibernate
Iron
for
Man
up to
suit
7
keeps me
months a
safe.
year. Oh, but then again, given the chance, I think a lot of people would do that too.
Fact.
Select one of the bears and you'll bring up its information panel.
Information panel. Let's do it.
This is where you can find out all kinds of information about your animal. The most important thing being its overall welfare.
He has
You'll
a
learn
name and
more about
everything.
animal welfare today as we go through your objectives. But for now, let's enjoy this magnificent animal. Why don't you select the camera at the bottom of its information panel?
Okay. There you go. There you go, Nancy.
See now, this is a fantastic way to get a close look at your animals.
Time
You
to
can
go
also
swimming.
get this view of an animal by simply double-clicking on it.
Okay.
Okay, when you're ready, let's pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've marked their location for you to
Definitely
find.
need my Iron Man suit for that one. All right, let's go.
Panthera leo leo, or the West African lion to you and me.
Man suit.
Lions are the most social of the big cats, and there can be as many as
outta
40
here,
lions in a
Starry.
pride. Although prides of that size are pretty rare. As
I'll make
Bernie
one
would say,
at my
those
zoo.
lions are awesome. Which is precisely why I handle the training instead these days. Anyway,
look at it,
how about
Simba.
we get started on those objectives? Come on, let's head over to an empty habitat and see what needs doing there.
Okay. Empty habitat. Where are you? Okay, there it is.
As you can see, it's a lovely space for
Lovely.
animals, but it's
It's
missing
lovely.
a
It's
certain
great.
something. Well,
All
two
right.
somethings. Warthogs.
Ha.
So I'd like you to adopt a pair of
Okay.
them. To adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section.
Animal trading section. I clicked the wrong thing.
There we are, a pair of perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Adopt from the side menu.
Adopted.
Normally, the animal exchange would
I've
be full of
adopted you
animals,
as
but
my
I've emptied out
children
the
now,
market while you learn
warthogs.
how it works.
You're prettier than
The
my
last
real
thing I
ones.
need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants.
Get in here. Maybe that'd be a
When
good
you adopt
thing.
an
Who doesn't
animal,
want
it's
animals?
automatically
I mean,
placed
come
in the trade center, where they're held until you're ready to move them into their
Well,
habitat,
now they're
which,
moved.
as it happens, you are. So how about you move them into their new home?
I already did it. Nancy.
When you ask for an animal to be moved into a habitat, your caretakers will go to the trade center, collect your animal, and deliver them to your selected habitat. I've marked the trade center's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action.
Okay. Here it is. Here you
Well,
are.
as you can see, those caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those
that's
animals
good.
to their
Hurry up.
destination as fast as possible.
Good.
Of
Go.
course, normally we'd have to place the animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat.
Where are
but
they?
I am assured by a person of good standing that these warthogs are in the
That's a
very
jamboree.
rudest of health. Right,
Well, that's
let's get
good.
the warthog's habitat finished up so we can keep them nice and happy.
Oh, they're in
You see,
here.
each animal in the zoo has an
so fast, I
overall
can't
welfare
even find it.
statistic, basically how happy they are. And that overall
Mr.
welfare
Warthog.
statistic is itself comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment. Luckily, if you select an
man,
animal, you'll
Mr.
bring up their
Warthog's
animal
mad.
welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember. You can always check the Zoopedia for more information.
Well, that's good, because I don't remember any
Let's
of it.
start by
I
making
already
sure we're
forgot it
taking
all.
care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking
food.
station.
Food and drink.
Each animal
do
requires
they
a
need that
different
for?
type of feeding station.
Damn
And for the
prima
warthogs,
donna
it's a small
divas over
feeding
here.
trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl.
All right. Okay, let's make sure the people can see them. Here you go. Right out here in front and center.
Animals also
Be
require
the stars you were
stimulation
born
keep
to
them happy.
be. Warthog
Let's
1
add
and
a
Warthog 2
lovely
with
mud
them
bath
names,
for the
though.
warthogs to roll around in.
Well, I don't know
That
how to
bath will
pronounce
count
that, so-
towards their enrichment
not
welfare,
even gonna
specifically their toy enrichment welfare.
Okay, here, have a giant mud bath. Also, for the people to see. Beautiful.
Oh, nice work.
Thank
You've got a
you.
knack for this, I see.
I do.
Now, our contractor had to
know?
leave in a hurry, so this
That's why you
place is in a
hired me,
Pharaoh
I
state.
presume.
Unfinished thingamajigs and what's-its all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
The hippos. Now that's what I want. Ostriches. You here?
Oh, before we
Where are
actually
they?
start building our ostrich
Oh.
habitat, let's
don't have
pause
them
the
already?
game. Just click the pause button in the bottom right corner.
So demanding, Nancy. Come
that's
on,
more like
Nancy.
it.
Do you have
A
to
quick
always
break.
be like this?
Sometimes it's a good idea to pause the game whilst you're doing something which requires your concentration, because it'll stop the zoo spinning out of control while you're looking the other way.
I don't think it spins.
Let's keep the game
it spin.
paused while we get this ostrich habitat built. Okay, job
Power
number
of
1
Iron
here
Man
is to
suit.
add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate.
Does it,
After
though?
all, how else would the keepers get in and out?
I don't know. Jump
Just
over the
make
fucking
sure
fence.
it's hooked up to the path
Maybe
so
that.
the keepers can reach it.
Okay. Okay, I forgot what I was doing. I'm not paying much attention to you, just to be honest, Nancy. I'm sorry, but I have to be honest. Okay. Guys,
Right.
I think
Let's
that's what
complete
you
the
wanted.
perimeter barrier
There you
so
go.
we can adopt us some ostriches. I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish
Okay,
off the
let's
perimeter
go.
using the brick barrier.
No one can see into the ostrich fence. We want them to be nice and private.
Good work.
Thank you.
Remember,
I have a
before you
knack
can
for
place
this,
animals
remember.
in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier.
Well, looks
Now,
like it's
you've
fully
probably
looped.
noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment.
Yep,
At
I
least not
mentioned
without a
that.
stepladder.
Yeah, that's how the people could get in. The workers.
Out the brick for a glass barrier, so the guests can see in.
Glass barrier. How do I do it? This button, this glass barrier.
There we go.
Oh, okay,
Adding
cool.
in more windows gives guests even
It
more
worked.
opportunities to see the animals in a habitat.
Yes.
It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good
I
view
want
into a
more
habitat
glass.
from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy.
It
And
will
because
let
this would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't.
Terrible.
The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point.
Okay, there.
Donation
we'll put it on the
boxes are one
corner.
of the main sources of
It's
income for
kinda
the zoo,
near.
so make sure you remember them.
I'll try to remember, but can't make any promises
Now,
here.
before
Nancy.
we adopt our ostriches,
What do you expect
you
from
should
me?
click the play button. After all, if the game's paused, then so are our caretakers, which will make it a bit tricky for them to deliver the ostriches, eh?
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not, Nancy. What did she want me to do? Adopt them? Who remembers? Okay,
By
unpause
the
the
way,
time.
as
There we
well
go.
as pausing the game, you can speed the game up by clicking on the fast forward button.
Of course you can.
It'll run everything at 2
now
times
I'm
and
a
5
time
times faster.
traveler. Now I'm some
it can
other
be useful,
superhero
especially
that I
if
don't
you're
know the
waiting for
name
money
of.
to accumulate or for
I
animals to
only
be
know
delivered
about
to your
Iron Man.
habitat. Personally, I use it when I'm waiting for a brew to finish. All right,
Well, there you
you've
go.
finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think?
I think
Let's
so.
get
It's high
4 of them
time.
in here.
4:20. All right, adoption. Time to go to the adoption agency and sign those adoption papers and make it official. All right, great. Here are my new children. Now I have to move them. What happened? I messed it up. Here we go. Get in there. Get in there, my child. Come to your new home. Yes.
While we wait
There
for them
we
to
go.
be collected
Look
by
at
the
this room I
caretakers and
made
brought
for
to the
you. It's
habitat,
huge.
you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water
Okay,
station, and an appropriate food enrichment item.
Suitable.
It's often best to
stuff.
place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
Great idea. Wow, slow feeder into. Why do you gotta be complicated? Okay, here we go. We'll go in there, one there. Bam, and then the trough can go in between. Perfect. Oh, bronze. Yes,
Good to see
mission
the ostriches have
complete.
somewhere they can
Yes.
really stretch their legs. Did you know?
I'm
they
the
can
master.
actually run at 43 miles per hour? Oh, heaven
What?
forbid they ever
Jeez.
escape. The speed camera fines alone would bankrupt us.
Speed camera fines. I don't really know what that means.
Well,
But okay.
Bernie certainly seems
Least time I
impressed.
got a medal.
Did you do his speed camera joke? Every
He did.
time we get an ostrich.
Oh, he
So,
does
now
that a
we've
lot.
made the
huh?
ostriches'
Huh.
lives
Okay.
a bit better, let's do the same for the keepers, shall we?
Sure.
To make it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut. Keeper huts are where the keepers
Facilities.
prepare the food for animals. So they should be placed near to the habitats to make sure
Where
the keepers
are
don't
you?
waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
What do we want? We'll get a classic.
You'll need to rotate the keeper hut to get it to connect up to the path.
Keeper hut. Bam. Bublaki.
This
Done.
keeper hut only has space for one keeper, but the larger keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time.
Perfect.
Oh, but bear
Beautiful.
in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests.
Good to know.
Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness. Negatively. In case that wasn't clear. Something that all
It was.
facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power. And that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we?
I suppose. Mine as well. Okay, what are we doing? Power.
Now, the reason everything has gone blue is because you're using the power
Get in
heat map.
there.
This map allows you to see what is and what isn't
place it.
powered in your zoo. So, once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off.
Invalid rotation. Oh, it needs to be connected to the road. I
Lovely
see.
work. Now the keepers
I
can start
see.
using the hut to prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the ostriches and hippos. Let's
Well,
get on
that's a
to your
plus.
next objective then.
Let's get on with it.
Bengal tigers. We want to adopt some, but I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out. It's not too far away.
Okay, plot it out. Get out of this. Ah! One too many escapes there. Okay, beautiful. I
Righty,
found
your
it.
next job is to build a habitat from scratch. And concrete and glass, I expect. So, go ahead and build it. Just make
Okay.
sure that the habitat includes that big hole we've dug. Oh, and don't
I'll
forget
make
to
it
add a
really small.
habitat
That's
gate
what
to
I
the
was gonna
barrier.
do. Okay, habitat.
Oh,
What are we
and
doing?
make sure the guests will be able to see
it
the
is, I
tigers.
Concrete. Okay, well, let's make a lot of glass. That's what I want to do. Do 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 da 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 da. Okay, now we're gonna go get the glass. Got some good glass here. Put it in the zoo. Wait a minute. This isn't glass. What the frick? What the frick is this? What the frick? There we go. Alright, glass. Let's go from here. Better break. Stupid bastard! Glass. Is it just trolling me right now? Why are you trolling me? There we go. Get out of that. Stay on glass, bro. Don't go be a babe. Oh man, it really likes that concrete. Well, it really likes that concrete. Kind of that cool glass sound effect. Bloom. Throwing a ball at it. Make it nice and glassy. There we go. Glass. Okay, I think it's done. Oh wait. Oh wait. That's not done. We're gonna do another con. There we go. Give him a little privacy. No, wait. The glass. It was glass. Wait. Ah. What is happening? Glass. Not glass. Concrete. Damn it. Now I'm confused. Alright, great. Is it connected all the way, or did I miss another spot? It looks to be good. Looks to be other way around. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing, Silver? What are we doing, Silver Fox? Oh yeah, do a gate. Okay, I see. Alright, cool. Gate. Whoops. Gate. Gate is what's next. Alright, is it in barriers? Yeah, here it is. Perfect. Bam.
Now, Bernie takes safety very seriously at his zoos, so we should probably make sure those tigers can't jump out of their habitat, don't you think? The way we'll do
maybe.
it is by changing the height of the habitat's barrier. Okay then, you should start by
Okay.
double-clicking the habitat barrier, which will take you into barrier editing mode.
Barrier editing mode.
Great. Now, highlight the entire perimeter of the habitat. You can do that by clicking and dragging the barrier selection tool.
Ugh. There we go. Get over there. Go, 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 go.
Now you've got all of the perimeter selected,
Right.
you can increase the height of it by clicking and dragging the barrier height tool upwards. You'll want to make sure it reaches a height of at least 3.7 meters.
3.7 meters. Well, let's make it 12 feet just in case, because I
And
don't
now
really
that the
know what
habitat is
that
in
means.
place, don't forget to put down a donation box near to your
I
viewing
know the
areas.
American
We
system.
need every dollar we can get.
Sure
Especially
do.
as these tigers aren't exactly eating instant noodles for lunch.
Oh, that's why I fed my tiger. Oh, no
Okay,
wonder why
that's the
he died.
habitat boundary complete, the habitat gate in place, and most importantly, the tigers won't be able to jump out of it anymore. I think it's time we adopted those tigers.
Cool. Let's do this. More adoption. Gotta call the adoption agency. I think I'm on speed dial at this point. I mean, what can I say? I'm adopting a lot of stuff recently, so get in there.
Whilst our trusty caretakers collect and deliver the tigers, let's take a look at preparing the habitat for their arrival.
Perfect.
We'll start with the basics. Add a suitable feeding station for them.
Feeding station. Okay, I guess they can have one of them. Here we go. What is this saying it is? A pool tray large? What the frick?
This time, instead of adding a water bowl, let's try something different. Some animals need a pool in their habitat so they can go for a swim, but they can also use it to drink from. All you have to do is make sure the banks of the pool have a gentle slope so they can easily get a nice, refreshing drink. There's already a pool
Right.
excavated, but you
Otherwise
still need
they'll
to fill it
drown.
with water.
Okay,
You should do that
water.
by going into terrain and selecting the water tool.
Water tool. Give 'em the
Yes,
calm
that'll do
water.
nicely.
I don't know
Of
if it
course,
will.
just like the warthogs and
think I
ostriches,
filled it
these
right enough,
tigers
maybe.
will also need some enrichment.
go.
Why don't you add some suitable toy and food enrichment items into their habitat?
Toys. Yes! There we go. Rub on the wall, Mr. Tiger. There you go. And have a frozen blood pumpkin? Okay, whatever. Sits
Okay,
the
it's
fancy, I
really
guess.
starting to take shape. Now, the tigers will need a shelter in their habitat so they can hide from the guests, or more likely, the bad weather. Although, given that we're in England, you might want to think of that just as normal weather. Go on, add a shelter to their habitat.
Okay.
You can either build one from various suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
There we go. Of course I'm going to use the blueprint. What do I look like? Some builder. Builder person. Where should we put it? No, that's not a good spot. Probably off to the side, right? Right over here. Put it over here is what we're gonna do. Right by this
Oh,
rock.
poor Dabs. I'm sure it can't have escaped your attention that the tigers look a bit miffed. That's because they aren't too keen on the type of terrain in their habitat. Select a tiger and bring up its information panel.
Okay, information.
Rightio. Click on the terrain tab. That way you can view the terrain information and see how they feel about the different types of terrain. That'll tell you what the tigers need
Okay.
more of or less of in this habitat.
They want more grass.
Okay then,
and
open the
soil.
terrain editing tool, select painting,
Okay,
and give them some more
painting.
soil.
Give them more
Yes,
soil.
that should help with the habitat part of their welfare.
Heavy soil and light soil. Do they care which one it is, I wonder? There, use some heavy soil there. Mr. Tigers. Too much grass, I guess. They want more long grass, too. Long grass. Here, be happy about it. So they have too much. Okay, I'm confused. Maybe I'm reading this thing wrong, but we'll figure it out. I'm just gonna put more down more soil. Do they not have enough shore? More shore grass. Okay, I'm messing up everything. Here we go.
Right then. All animals need plants and trees from their own biome or continent. You know, deserts, savannas, Eurasia, Europe, that sort of thing. It looks like these tigers need a few more plants in their habitat. To get a perfect fit, use plants from the rainforest and temperate biomes that are native to Asia. Although if you have to, you can get away with using just one or the other. The tigers will also want a certain amount of their habitat to be covered by those plants. To find out which plants to use and how many, select a tiger and go to the Environment tab.
Environment. I'm already here.
Now, as you can see, some of the plants currently in the habitat aren't quite right for the tiger, like the wattle bushes. You can remove them if you want.
How do I know what those are? Oh, cool.
You can find all of the plants you need in the nature section, and you can use the filters to only show the types of plants you want to see. In this case, that's plants from the rainforest or temperate biomes.
Okay, how do I kill this? Get out of here, die. Bush. The tigers don't like you, so now you're gone. We respect all animals at our zoo. Whatever they want, they get. They don't want this. Not at all. Get out of here. Is this what it was? Let's see. You. There's, hookthorn acria tree or something. Is this you? Yeah, die. You don't belong here. Okay, what plants do you want? You want more plants. They like Asian plants, tropical, temperate grasslands. They just like all of these, I wonder? Or do they also have to be like grassland and temperate? Go. Tropical and temperate or grassland. Cool. Hopefully they'll like that. Here, have some plants, Mr. Tigers. Need some bushes in here. Coconut palm. Well, we need these. Trees by the lake. Beautiful. What else do we have? What is this thing? Cool. Whatever it is, we're putting it over here. Here we go. A few over by the water here. If they could go in the water, I don't really know what the water's like. More bushes here. Beautiful. Some trees. Oh my God! Silver!
They say that good fences make good neighbors.
Damn, we're
I guess that's
awesome.
doubly
I
true when
love it.
One of the neighbors is a Bengal tiger. Still, those tigers look so happy that I doubt they'd leave. Even if you did poke a hole in their fence.
I didn't.
Oh, but for heaven's sake, don't test that theory.
Bernie.
Let's head over to the Indian peafowls. I've been told that we need to improve their social welfare.
Okay. Where are they at now? Social welfare. Okay, I see them. Right over here. Good stuff.
Just find one of the peafowls and select them to open their information panel. Then we can have a good gander at how they're doing. Although technically, I suppose gandering would just be for geese. Expand their social welfare, and we can get a bit more detail.
Okay. Whoa, that's a crazy noise you're making. Social
Now,
ways.
they've clearly got plenty of space, and they're not stressed, but it looks like their social group isn't quite right. So let's find out more. Click on the social tab at the top of their information panel to see what's wrong.
Adult population, bro.
Right. As you can see, the peafowls need their population to be larger. To solve this little problem, you'll need to adopt 3 more female peafowls.
them.
Off you pop to the animal market then.
Here we go again. This is where we spend all of our time here at the animal market, adopting babies. Baby animals that aren't babies because they're adult ones, but still. I don't know. Let's go here. Whoops. I accidentally sold him. I clicked the wrong button. I wasn't paying attention. Oh no. Or it didn't sell. I don't know what happened, but we're good now, I guess. I hope.
Good work on those peafowls. I expect they'll be delivered soon. But sadly, it sounds like our snow leopard is a bit grumpy. Let's head over there and see what's wrong with her.
Come on, Mr. Snow Leopard. Or Mrs. Snow Leopard. Or Miss Snow... I don't know. Snow Leopard, okay?
Just like
Let's
people,
call it that.
animals can suffer from stress if things aren't quite
Look
right.
at in their shelter.
You know, like when you see someone put in the milk before the tea bag. In the case of these snow leopards, they're a bit stressed by their lack of privacy.
Yeah, look at this.
You can lower their stress levels by swapping out the normal glass barrier by their cave for one-way glass.
Yeah, it's probably a good
It's not
plan.
a cheap option, but I think they're worth the expense, don't you?
Yes,
This
let
will
me
give the
look at
snow
this.
leopards somewhere to go when they want to get away from the prying eyes of the guests.
Okay, well... Let's do this. Alright, click this thing, I'm guessing, and then click that.
Of course, when an animal isn't in its natural biome, it's probably going to be too hot or too cold. Unsurprisingly for the snow leopards, it's too hot. Even with the terrible British weather. You should help cool it down by adding some coolers to their habitat.
just see those
But
shadows,
let's
that's
start by
creepy.
opening up the temperature heat map and
Heat
having
map.
a look-see at the temperature in the leopard's habitat.
Which one is it? Oh, that one.
As you can see, we already have one cooler in there. Let's pop some more down and get as much of the habitat as chilly as we can. Luckily for us, this habitat already has power, but you'll need to make sure of that in the future. Just so you know, if any part of a habitat is powered, then the whole habitat will be powered.
Sounds good.
You can find heat maps for all sorts of helpful things, so do be sure to explore them and make good use of them.
Is your shelter cold?
It'll take a little while for the temperature to adjust once you've added coolers or heaters, but now we've got the coolers in, we can address the leopard's terrain welfare. You see, what the leopards really want in here is snow and rock, so let's
Snow
make
and
that
rock.
happen.
Let's kill this heat map so I can see better. Come explore. Come with me and explore the snowy habitat for the snow leopard. I wonder if these plants are correct. 'Cause they look like they definitely might.
Well then, all of that should give
I
you a
didn't
pretty
give
good
them
understanding of how to make animals happy. So I'd like you to go and check on all the other animals in the zoo and fix up any issues with their habitats. That'll increase the average welfare of the animals across the whole zoo. And that average welfare is a very important statistic.
Good.
Now, to quickly see
Average
how all your
welfare.
animals are doing in the zoo, you should go into zoo management and then into the animals section.
Zoo management. That just says zoo. And then go to this.
As you can
section.
see, this list shows you the animal's
Oh,
overall
perfect.
welfare. So if something's amiss, then you can quickly pop over to them using the
Whoa.
locate button.
Some of them are really
Right,
high.
I'm off for a cuppa while you make sure all the animals are well looked after.
Okay, sounds good, Nancy. You have fun there, girl. Oh, disease risk. What? What? This isn't part of my tasks. Why is it not cleanly? Where's my zookeepers? Ugh, disgusting. Where's my zoo? Keepers. I train them up. I know what everybody is. Keeper for the hippos, you depressed bastard. You're ruining all my stuff. Caretakers. Well, you need to take care of the hippos back. Getting text message in the middle of my stream. Sorry. Get to that real quick. There we go. Nice and easy. Quit being lazy and get more energy. Just get some coffee, get some tea, whatever you want, and be happier. Well, it won't let me do that for some reason. Be more happy. There, get a raise. Sure. Just fix the hippo problem, damn it. Do they get mad when I hire people? I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just clicking around with the buttons. I guess this hires people. Such a weird gray text that it confuses me, I guess. A caretaker and keepers. I wonder what the difference is, because I don't know yet. Hippos, are you happier? Okay, you want some more money? What is this? Low workload, oh no. Do more work then! Be more happy, you idiot. Go clean up my hippo thing. It is clean. Alright, good. Easy. That was easy. Fixed it. Okay, what else? What's next? I forgot. Oh, yeah. They gotta go help the welfare of the animals so they don't want to die anymore. Alright, what's this thing? A tortoise. Tortoise. Tortoise thing. It's funny, I went all glass on mine for that, whatever, and tigers, and then now this is just one side with glass. It's really funny, kind of. What's it? What's back here? Yeah, what is this? Water treatment, so we have to worry about this next, I guess. I haven't mentioned water treatment in this tutorial. It's coming. Information center. Well, they have this little thing tucked in here. I guess they don't like staff buildings, they were saying before. So I guess this is what you do. You stick these little things in here. No one wants to walk through. Staff only area. Right. Looks pretty legit. Looks pretty legit. Alright, tortoises. I'm getting distracted. ADHD, ladies and gentlemen. Turtles. Is there turtles in here? It's not a turtle. It's not a turtle, is it? Where the hell? Where are they? Guess what I found? The turtles. I hope you're not dead. I hope you're just taking a nap. Taking a nap, little turtle. Look at you. Oh, so cute. Hopefully you're not dead. Okay, these guys have good welfare, we know that much. He's pissed off about his environment. Does it have food? What the hell? Toy, no food or toy. Toy enrichment. Alright, let's fix it up for him. Turtles. What do you like to have in your environment? Toy management, food management. when I played through the tutorial the first time, I put in the troughs, but they didn't seem to work. I gave him a bed too, but I guess I already have a bed over there. All right, what else do they want? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so confused by this thing. It seems like it's better just to stick on this main thing. Toy energy. A dog ball? Is a dog ball something a turtle wants? Is that for dog? Where's food and water? Where's the toys? Where's the toys? Okay. Small ball and a sprinkler. Okay, here we go. Those two things are now in there. God, what is this sprinkler doing up? The temperature back again. They're getting cooled down. Are the turtles happy? Are they happy now? Looks like it. Perfect. Alright, grudge stuff. Oh no. My guests are dropping. I think that's my guests. Can't click on it. My marketing's nothing. People just come anyways. Word of mouth. That's how we do things. Saving money. I guess. Okay, cool. Okay. Whatever this is. Oh, that's their name. That's like, that's not like a giraffe. Why does that look like some weird name? Alright, that's probably why. Zebra and giraffes. The giraffes in particular aren't the happiest. So let's go check them out. Look at this giraffe. Majestic giant animal. Oh man, I think I scared him. Alright, sound fine. Well, leave you alone here, sir. Let's just make your welfare better. Okay. Food enrichment. Okay, let's try it. Go. Species. Nope, not this. Got the giraffe. Boom. Them. Give them good stuff. Suspended high grazer feeder. Okay, cool. That's something a giraffe would probably want, right? A rubbing pillar. Where should this go? There. We'll...
Not bad. Not bad at
got
all.
the gold.
I think it's fair to say that you've passed the first part of your training with flying colours. There's still lots more to learn, but we'll have to head to another one of
gonna
these
keep
zoos
me
for that.
down.
If you want to grab your passport, we'll head off, shall we?
A passport? What are we doing now? I'm confused. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy putting in the flying machine.
Sounds like you got the whole zoo purring away nicely. Well, purring, grunting, screaming, booming. All the appropriate noises. I guess I was right to hire you, huh?
I guess so. Bernie.
Don't tell her I told you, but Nancy wasn't sure you'd even last the morning. So, we're happy this is working out.
Nancy.
And Nancy owes me a Foxy coffee. As strange as it seems, considering we just met, when I look at you, I feel like you're the child I never had. After the one I did have, obviously. But you see,
Yeah, you hate your
zookeeping's
son,
not
I
for my
figured.
daughter. Don't get me wrong. Emma absolutely loves animals, but she set her sights somewhat higher. Wants to save the entire planet.
Cool.
I'll just settle for saving a couple of
Planet?
species.
What planet?
And
Planet
maybe
Zoo.
having a type of frog named after me.
Bernie frog? Sounds weird. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Do we have another mission we put on this one? All right, cool. All right, on to the next one. Da 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 da. Anyone who's watching, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe to wherever you're watching, because I'm broadcasting on a lot of different places. So wherever it is, cool. Well, I have my second one. I don't know. I'm saving it just in case, I guess, right? All right, go, 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 go. All right, exit. Let's go to the main menu here. Loading, 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 loading again. All right, career. What do we got here? We have another tutorial and a normal thing. Let's keep going. Bam. What do we got here? Starting it. Perfect.
Welcome to Madagascar. It's quite the change of scenery from dreary old England, huh? Apart from the weather, I suppose. They don't call these places rainforests for nothing. The zoo you'll be working in is an ape sanctuary, where we're doing vitally important conservation work. Not just for apes, but for all kinds of species. But apes, well, apes are some of the closest relatives to humans there are. And yet, the way the world treats them is like, well, very much like some of us treat our actual relatives.
Oh, terrible.
Anyway, that's why I'm determined that our operation here does some good. If we can all leave some part of the world in a better state than we found it, we'll have lived lives worth living. And speaking of states, I have a horrible feeling I left the house in the right one. When I get back, I expect my life won't be worth living at all.
What do you think of Madagascar, then? Bit warm for my taste, to be honest. Anyway, this is Bernie's primate sanctuary. It's not just primates, though. We've got all sorts of animals. So why don't we go and have a look at some of them, eh? We'll start by taking a look at the red-ruffed lemurs. They're the ones that look like they should be in a Shakespeare play. Come on, let's head over to them.
Let's do it. There you go. Why is it not letting me do it?
Red-ruffed lemurs are found in the rainforests of Masoala. That's in northeast Madagascar. They can actually live anywhere from 15 up to 25 years. Fancy that, eh?
Yep.
Okay, when you're ready, let's go find our Bornean orangutans.
Whoa. Well, I'm going to observe more, because this is crazy. Look at these things. Get out of here. Look at this drop-off. Then they're up here. The highlight of the show. Awesome. All right, what else do we got? Okay, over here. Other type of monkey.
The Bornean orangutan is such a marvelous creature. They're always a big favorite at any zoo they feature in. And they're also the biggest tree-dwelling animal on the planet.
Whoa!
Assuming you don't count any lions that got stuck up one.
Oh,
Why don't you take a better look at them? Open up their information panel and go into the animal camera.
Okay, animal camera. Whoa, majestic. Look at this.
Aren't they
majestic
just incredible?
Animal. Whoa,
When you're
amazing.
ready, let's go and have a look-see at some of our beautiful bonobos. They're quite the characters.
Amazing. Bonobos, okay, where they at? Always trying to click escape to kill that objective window, but it never works.
Oh, dear. It looks like we've arrived just in time. One of the habitat's barriers has collapsed.
What?
And wouldn't you know it, one of the bonobos has made a run for it.
What?
We'll need to catch them. But before we do, we should box up the other bonobos to stop them escaping too.
What?
Select the habitat boundary to bring up the habitat information panel. Good. Now open the animals tab.
Okay.
And click on Box All Animals to box up the remaining bonobos.
What? How do we do this? Box on animals. Where's this at? I don't see it. Not good. Oh, here it is.
Now, we'll need a vet to recapture that escaped bonobo, but it seems our last one left to do some research in the wild. Not an ideal situation. So, we'll need to hire a replacement sharpish. Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area.
Okay, cool. Now I can't hire people.
You can
What do we
find
need?
all
A
of your
vet?
staff in here, but there's no time to go looking at their particulars at the moment. Hire a vet.
Which one's a vet? A keeper? Caretaker? Keeper? Oh, it's over here. I see it. There we go.
Now, click on one of the paths to place the vet in your zoo.
Okay. I think this is the path, but just to be
Great.
safe, get
Now
over
let's deal with our escapee before they can cause too much havoc. Use the animal alerts to jump to the escaped bonobo.
there. Go, go, go.
And then click on the call vet button to call the vet over to capture it.
Call vet. Hey, you bastard. Why you out of
Okay,
your
that's
cage?
a
You're
relief.
like an alien.
So
dude.
while the vet deals with our bonobo friend, let's go fix up their habitat so they can't escape again.
Yeah,
Head back over
sounds
there.
like a good idea. Look at him go! Maybe I want to watch the action. You ever think I want to see the action? Oh. Whoa! Tranked! Now I made her box magically appear, and now we put him in made him really small. What is this, Pokemon? Whoa! He's really going with that monkey. Oh, there's a lot of people. Get the vendors. Whoa, okay. Well, that looks like the action's over. He's just running
As you
around
can
like
see,
a
the
weirdo.
barrier's collapsed. Someone's taken their eye off the ball, obviously. Let's get this one replaced. Select the barrier and then we'll edit it.
Select the-
Delete the broken section of barrier and replace it with a brand spanking new one.
Okay. Where? Edit barrier, I see it. Okay. Place this with this. I'm so confused about these controls. You delete it first?
Good.
Alright, cool.
Now that we've done that, we need to make sure to add climb-proof barriers to the top. That way the bonobos won't be able to climb out. Just make sure you've got the
How do they
correct piece of
not
barrier
already have
selected when
that?
you do that.
Climb.
Okay, so go into the options section and select which side the climb-proof barrier needs to go on. And don't get it wrong. We're more worried about bonobos climbing out than guests climbing in.
Alright, let's do both then, because I don't know which one is which. Okay.
Nicely done. And I think it's high time we unbox those bonobos, wouldn't you say? The poor mites will get sad if we leave them in there for too long. Select the habitat barrier to bring up the habitat information panel again.
Okay. Select the habitat.
And then open the Animals tab.
Animals tab.
And finally, click on Unbox All Animals to let them out. I expect some of them are fair bursting for the toilet. So, it turns out that as well as the old vet leaving, the zoo's mechanics did too. We'll need to hire a couple of new ones so we can help stop any more breakouts. You see, mechanics do all sorts of
Can't believe
helpful
this
things around the
place.
zoo, but one of their most important jobs is taking care of the habitat barriers. Without mechanics around to repair them, the barriers will crack, crumble, and fall down. And before you know it, we'll be overrun with escaped animals.
Well, that doesn't
Go
sound
into the
very
zoo
good.
section and then into the staff management
Staff,
area
hire
again.
mechanic. Here you go.
Hire a mechanic and then click on a path to place them
Bam.
in the zoo.
Get in there. Repair stuff, buddy.
And then click on the path again to hire a second mechanic.
Okay.
As you can
Oh,
see, you don't have to go
survived,
back into
yes!
staff management if you're hiring lots of the same type of staff member. Gosh, we have been busy, haven't we?
Oh,
Good
unlock
work
some
there.
scenarios.
I'm off for a cuppa. Oh, I think Bernie wants a word with you.
Oh, great. Bernie.
Oh, I hear you had a bit of an issue with an escaped bonobo. The main thing is that you dealt with it swiftly, and more importantly, without the animal stealing someone's clothes, putting them on, and then walking out of the front gate.
Now, you've probably noticed that there's already a building where I want you to build the research center. Don't worry. You see, the building that's currently there is actually a hollow shell, so we're able to place our new building inside of it.
Awesome.
If you select the research center for placement and then hover over the shell, you'll see that it asks if you want to add the research center to the existing building.
Where do you want it?
Okay, click to add it to the building. Oh, but that won't place it in just yet, though. First, we'll need to rotate our research center so it automatically connects to the path when we place it.
Broke the tutorial. I broke the tutorial. Tutorial broken. I don't know where you want this research center, lady, because... Oh, here we go. Perfect. Yeah, get in there. Bam. Is that good?
Right.
Good.
Splendid work.
Splendid.
Now that we have a brand
Gorgeous.
spanking new research center, we can give our vets something to do in there. Oh, by the way, it's worth noting that the vets will only do research when they're not required to do any other jobs. That said, you can change what jobs a vet does via their information panel. But let's not worry about that just now. So, let's get our vet researching ring-tailed lemurs. Go into the zoo section and select Vet Research.
Okay. Vet research.
Here, you can see a list of all the animals present in your zoo, and also all the potential diseases that can occur. Now, drag and drop your vet onto the ring-tailed lemur to start their research.
Drop a vet.
Actually, thinking about it, I'm not sure we've got any education boards or speakers by the lemur's habitat. Let's head over there and add some, so our guests can learn all about the furry little delights.
Let's do this.
First off, let's pop down 2 education boards. Place them on the habitat barriers at a height that guests can see, or, if you like, pop them down on a stand.
Speakers, that's what we wanted, right? Education boards, actually.
Okay, now that they've been put into position, we have to tell them what animal to display information about. Select one of the education boards to bring up its information panel.
Everything has an information panel, I guess.
And from the drop-down list, select ring-tailed lemur. Although I'm sure that last part was obvious. When you link an education board or a speaker to an animal, you need to make sure that said animal is close by. If it isn't, the guests will get confused and won't learn as much.
That makes sense.
Okay, now that we've done the education boards, let's pop down a pair of speakers. Speakers play audio to the guests, so they can learn while they look at the animals, instead of having to go through the laborious process of reading. Oh, One thing to bear in mind is that it's important not to put the speakers too close together. If you do, the guests won't be able to understand what's being said.
Interesting. Put it into the information panel. That makes sense, I think.
Now we simply need to link the speakers to the ring-tailed lemurs, just like you did with the education boards.
Right.
Fantastic! Oh, it's worth remembering that education boards and speakers both need power to work. They won't do much good without it.
Education boards
Ooh,
need
it
power.
looks as though our vet has completed their research on ring-tailed lemurs.
Perfect.
We'll need
Let's
to collect the results.
Let's
We
see.
can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into the vet research area.
I'm in here. How would I do? Well, whoops, fucked it up. What I did. Freaking out. Oh, welfare, jeez.
Go on, collect your research rewards.
Yay.
Just so you know, vets will continue to research an animal even after successfully completing a research level. I suppose when you're in the zone, you're in the zone. Well, now that we've enriched the lives of our guests, let's enrich the lives of our ring-tailed lemurs. Some animals, like lemurs, will have a climbing need. That means they have a requirement for a certain amount of climbing space. And you can fulfill that requirement by building them a climbing frame. Let's find out how much more climbing space our lemur friends need, shall we? Select one of them and bring up their information panel.
Where are you, Mr. Lemur? Whoa.
Next,
go.
click on the Terrain tab.
Terrain.
Ah, now, as you can see, the lemurs need quite a lot more climbing space. But as it happens, I've already got a climbing frame blueprint built for you. So
Great.
you can either pop
Love
that
it.
down or build one yourself from scratch. By the way, it's not always just climbing needs that you have to worry about. Other animals might need a certain amount of water in their habitat so they can go for a swim. They certainly do keep us on our toes.
Giant frame. Cool. Where should we put it?
Oh, that's a great climbing frame for them.
Floating.
They're going to absolutely love
That's
it.
not good.
Do you know what would make them even happier, though?
If it didn't
Nicer
float.
food. But that's true of all of us, though, isn't it? You can unlock better quality food for animals through research. Luckily, we've already unlocked some for the lemurs, so all that remains is to make sure they get served it from now on.
Perfect.
Let's bring up the habitat information panel by selecting the lemur habitat.
There we go. No longer floating. Good. Lemur habitat. Let's select it.
Lovely. Now select the Animals tab.
Animals tab.
There we go. As you can see, we can set the food quality in here. Just click on the drop-down menu and select Grade 2 Food Quality. Grade 2 Food Quality. My mouth's already watering.
Well, you're weird. You want to eat the animals? That's messed up. Food 1, where is it? In this? Animals. Oh, here it is. Here we go. It's right past it.
So, a new climbing frame and better food. Oh, you've really spoilt those lemurs rotten.
Ah, they're
Now,
not
I think
rotten.
it's
That'd
time
be
we looked
messed
at one
up.
of the zoo's most important responsibilities, releasing animals into the wild. You see, when we feel an animal is ready, we can release them into the wild. But what makes an animal a good candidate for release? Well, their age is an important factor. I mean, we can't release an animal that's a juvenile, just as we can't release one that's gotten too old. They'll also need to be fertile. After all, the idea is to repopulate the wild, so the best candidates will have a high fertility gene. And together, the age and fertility of a candidate will determine how many conservation credits we'll be rewarded when we release them.
Interesting.
Now, conservation credits are vitally important. They're the lifeblood of your zoo, because earning them allows you to adopt even more animals. And what's more, the animals you can adopt will be of a higher quality. So, with that in mind, let's pop over to our orangutan habitat.
Orangutan habitat. Oops, I always do that. I don't know if I'll ever stop. It's gonna keep happening.
Okay, I'd like you to find
That's pretty
Ageng,
nice.
the Bornean orangutan in the habitat, and select him, please. You
Is
can
there only
either click
one?
through each orangutan in turn, or select the habitat barrier, go to the animals tab in the habitat information panel, and find him in the animals list.
Okay, which one was he? Which one was he? Messing everything up. Objectives. Yeah, there we go. Which one do we want to get here? Aegon. Here we go. I found him. How do I open him? There you go. Release him to the wild. You can't undo this action. Go capture him and bring him back. He thinks he's free. Looks like he's good, except for the lifespan's a little off. Everything else, yep. They have the fertility gene. Lots of remaining and conservation status. Yes, let's do it.
I know, it's sad to see him go.
Oh,
but
Silver.
he'll be happy out in the wild. And he's
Doing
a wonderful
great.
candidate for release. Young, strong, and fertile. Excellent work there. You've definitely got potential, you know.
I know. I'm great.
Ah, I
Bernie's
see
back.
you've been doing some homework. Although,
Not really.
it hardly
How's
seems
that
like
working?
work when you're learning about something as adorable as a ring-tailed lemur. I imagine I'd have got much better grades at school if there'd been less algebra and more aldebra. Tortoises.
Oh. What is he
Okay,
talking about?
so far we've done a lot of work with habitat animals, but now it's time to learn all about exhibit animals. Let's build a brand new exhibit.
Cool. Let's
I've
do
marked an
this.
area for our new exhibit. How about we head over there?
Okay, I'm here. I'm over there.
Lovely. Now let's build a new exhibit in the gap that's been left. Just add it to the building like we did with the research center earlier. Then pop it into the gap.
Small animal exhibits. Exhibit. Pop it into the cab. It's being weird though. Being a bit weird. There we go. I'm gonna click on this first. Oh, there we go. Way
Perfect.
easier.
The next thing to do is adopt an exhibit animal to go in there. How about a Gila monster?
How about
Open
it?
up the exhibit trading section and adopt one.
Okay.
Just as we do with habitat animals, we need to send the Gila monster to the exhibit. Click on the exhibit to send it there.
Okay. Into there.
When you send an animal to an
Oh,
exhibit, it'll automatically be given the correct setup. But that doesn't mean it's completely ready for them. So let's finish it off. We'll start by adding some enrichment items. Click on the exhibit to bring up its information panel.
Okay, information
Good.
panel.
Now click on the Layout tab. Oh, well, it looks like we've only got the Enrichment Level 1 items unlocked at the moment. Never mind. Let's turn on at least one of them for the healer monster.
Okay. Is it like a window? Oh, that's the camera. I see. Always getting confused. Layout. That's what they said to do. Layout. Ugh. Oh, okay.
As I'm sure you know by now, you can unlock more enrichment levels by having one of your vets do some research. Now we'll also need to set the temperature and humidity in the exhibit. These are vitally important for keeping our healer monster happy and comfortable. Click on the Climate tab. Here, you can see the healer monster's desired temperature and humidity. You can change both of these by adjusting the dials below. Make sure it's going to be nice and cozy.
Okay. Temperature, they want it cool. They want it hot, yes. I'm never sure if the line is what they want or what it is now. I guess it's what it is now, and the line right there is what they want it.
That's the ticket.
Yay.
And the last thing we need to look at is setting up the different windows. So click on the Windows tab.
Click on the Windows
You can edit
tab.
and customize any of the windows on an exhibit. A window can be closed and blank, or have a two-dimensional background, or even a three-dimensional background on it.
Whoa.
Why don't you have a play around with the options? There's also an exhibit education board. Pop them down near your exhibits to teach your guests about them. Let's add one now.
Probably leave this. Oh, not that one. Figure it out. Cute. What are we doing? Oh, I see. Find the surface. How many do they want? Just the one? I don't remember. I'll link it to...
Lovely stuff. Now our guests can learn all about our venomous friend here. Right. Now, I've got a bit of a big job for you. I need you to increase the number of species in the zoo.
Uh-oh.
You'll probably want to adopt both habitat and exhibit animals to do so, which will mean building plenty of new habitats and exhibits for them. Go on, off you pop.
Off
I'll
I
check
pop.
in with you when you're almost done.
Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? Jeez, the rain is hardcore. Objective. I don't know if they want us to put it in with the same ones or not. Or do a whole new one. Are any of these habitats empty? I should probably pay more attention to what they're saying, because they might have told me. But I said it. Whoa. Okay.
Lovely stuff. Now our guests can learn all about our venomous friend here. Right, now, I've got a bit of a big job for you.
Oh, God.
I need you to increase the number of species in the zoo. You'll probably want to adopt both habitat and exhibit animals to do so, which will mean building plenty of new habitats and exhibits for them. Go on, off you pop. I'll check in with you when you're almost done.
Great. Now it's getting real. It's getting really real now, guys. Okay, maybe we'll use this area for something. It's a lot of room, so it's definitely space for it. Okay, gonna path it here. Put a path. Do. There we go. That should be a good, pretty big exhibit. Ah, I erased it. Okay. Barriers first. I always forget. This. I see. There's resistance grades on them. I see. Whoa. Research is done. Yay. Animal trading. There's a lot of them. What do we have here? Have these things? How do I know that? I wonder what's special about these ones. They cost something else instead of money. They cost those points. sort them if I have them. Right, because we already have the lemurs. Tapper that I don't think we have. Oh no. A drill. That thing looks interesting. We'll go on these things. I don't know if we have enough of these points. Huh, one of these expired. That's interesting. Well, let's try to get these things. Longevity, whatever. Does it say a resistance level if I go to these things? Cool, new thing. It doesn't say anything about these. I think I have to go to that Zoopedia. I'm surprised there's not like a quick link here or something for this. Unless I'm just missing it. Zoopedia, where are you? Here we go. Madrill. Alright. Let's see this thing here. Habitats, it's tropical. Group size is 5 to 10. Okay, let's pause this in case I have to get more. Whoa. Should be closed on me. Wow, they live to their 32. That's pretty nuts. It can easily reproduce in captivity, so maybe we'll get some more over time too. Habitat enrichments. Wow, they're the largest monkey species in the world. It's probably cool we got them. I want to know what, if they don't say like how much resistance they require. I don't see anyway, which is kind of interesting. You just gotta guess, take a guess at it, hope for the best. That's what it's looking like to me. These things shouldn't be very strong, but I was curious. Okay, let's build some barrier. Side, make sure they can't climb out. this over here. Then I'll change it to glass. This isn't glass. What am I doing? Ah. I'm not good at these controls at all. Alright, cool. There we go, I guess. Might be too big, but I don't know. We'll see, I suppose. Alright, these things. Do I have any more of those to do? I don't know what any of these things mean, and I hover over them and it doesn't really tell me, so. There we go. A camp here released in the wild. Oh well. Let's take it. Invalid destination. Why? Oh, there's no gate. Right. Gate would be a good idea. Whoops. Smacking the mic. Alright, let's see. Now let's see if I can put him over here. Move. Yeah, get in there. Cool. Now we need some enrichment for that. Foil. I thought there was other stuff in there. Zoopedia. Already out. Alright. Ice rock. I guess I do like all this. A musical keyboard. That's kind of interesting. Oh, the frozen fruit. Small, whatever, I guess. This habitat's probably way too big for these animals, but it is what it is, I suppose. I suppose it's fine now, so I don't know. Oh, what we need is plants. Plants in here. Plants and environment and stuff. It'll be easier once they're in here, I think, to see what they want, because I can just go look at them. Where are they? I don't know if this thing has power either. Oh. Visiting players. There's people in my game apparently. I don't really know. Visiting player, whatever that is. I'm guessing it has power. Oh yeah, there's like a power map, isn't there? Let's see. Power. Yeah, some power touches it, I guess. So I think it's just good to go. There it is. It's in here. Tropical plants. What about the I wonder if I made all this climb proof. I hope so. They just climb out. They get pissed. Like, I'm out of here, bro. Oh, social. I thought they liked having 5. That's not enough. Ugh. Social. Shoes are present. They want more size? They want more space? I'm confused. That they didn't want a lot of size before. These things kind of confuse me. Food enrichment. You don't have any? Serious injury from one of the animals. They're messed up now, I guess. It's crazy talk. Frozen fruit. Right. What else does this guy want? Is that the thing that got injured and killed itself? Because there's not enough beds? I don't understand. I thought they wanted a lot of them. Yeah, okay, one left and now they're sad. There's not enough space? This space looks like there's a ton of space. it's not it's that they want more space. There's so much. Maybe there isn't. I mean, compared to this thing, I guess not, right? Really. All right, well, let's eliminate some of the road and make it bigger, I guess. For too long? Where is he? What's up with this? The vet just doesn't want to come get it. This game has some weird stuff about it. Should I hire a new vet? Why don't they come do this, fix this animal up? Is it fixed up and now it needs to get moved back? Well, I guess I'll put it back in here. Hopefully it doesn't die. Confusing. That's what all I say. It's very confusing. I think I have to click on this section. Click edit barrier. Yeah. Building the glass. Alright. Die. Alright, well, maybe that'll fix their issues. They're complaining. I hope it does anyway. This habitat is just huge. They don't even care. I made it bigger and they're like, nope, it's not good enough. Like, what? It says insufficient size, so I don't know. They want more plants and shelter. Let's do this one. Nice and big. though. Alright, now what are you guys mad about now? Now we need some plants for them. Okay, put these around everywhere. This environment's huge. I don't know how they think it's small. It's weird. Happy now, I wonder. Now they don't think they have space, especially now. How is there so much room when they don't like? Just smack that around. Well, I got other species. At least they're kind of happy. So that's definitely a plus. Some of these things you need a lot of space for, I guess. Seems like that one's way bigger than these ones over here. They're still not happy. They are bigger animals, I guess. Everything else they're happy about, so that's good. Just not the amount of size that I gave them. They're really not happy about that, so. What can you do, though, I guess? Alright, more enrichment animals. Do that. Exhibit one. Not in here either. Exhibit. No. Forgot where the exhibit is. I thought it was in this. Oh, here we go. Education board. So you just have to? They don't have any like pre-made ones for exhibits? That's interesting. Let's put it over here by the river. Two of them over here. Fuck it. Why not? Bam. Now we need to put something in here, I guess. Get a male and a female. Bam. Let's move over here. Oh, no power in this one. That's not good. Transformer. Over here, I guess. Whoops, messing it all up. It's not in here. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Clicked the wrong thing. There it is. I keep this kind of far away. 'Cause the guests don't like it. Where's that road at? Over here. Huh. I don't want to be editing a group. It's not good. Does it have to be connected? Where's this thing supposed to go? Huh. Put a path down here for it. Oh, there's such fencing. Put it here? I don't even know. Oh, there we go. You can put it there. Oh, that's where it's going, guys. Exhibit, layout, pad. Oh yeah, the temperature. There we go. Give it this stuff. Cool. Time it. Man, they have a really narrow temperature, these guys do. Uh-oh, that's too low. 82. There we go. There's the sweet spot. Alright, what else? What else? What else? What else? there. Get in there. Okay. Are you mad? What are you mad about? The layout, humidity. Okay, and the layout. Okay, this stuff. There you go. Windows. Cool. They like it. I could probably get their climate a little higher for them. Make them more happy, maybe. Or in the center range. Cool. How many species do I have now? I put 3 more in. 3 more in, and still haven't beat the mission. Oh, the cockroach. That's what that thing was that I added. The lance. No, I don't even see. Oh, here it is. Researching. Text message again here. In the box for too long. What's happening now? Ah, just in the box. What the heck? That's messed up. Research complete. Long-tail lemur is back for more. Let's research something else. There we go. Do him. Alright. Zoo. Animal. So I need 3 more. I wonder if there's more exhibit animals I can get there. Oh, cool. Frog. Let's get some of these. Interesting, they're all female. Cool. All right, let's make a couple more exhibits here. How do I get to that trade center? Oh, it's right over this. Yeah, there we go. The frogs into here. That'd be kind of funny if I accidentally put a snake in with a frog. It's like, eh, that's not good. Alright, good. Get in there. Done. See if they're not happy about stuff next. They're not. The layout and the temperature's pissing them off very badly. Oh, geez, they don't even have level 1 for this stuff. That's messed up. For the frogs. Seven, 34, 30. There we go. They're not very happy with their way out, but overall they're pretty happy. What about these guys? Their temperature and humidity, they're not happy about it at all. Start getting them closer here. 70. A little bit lower. Lower this a bit more, 65-ish. They should like it. Oh, give them this. Give them some good stuff, lots of good stuff. Yeah. I'll be really happy if I can get the humidity right, that is. There we go. Windows. Do our standard stuff here. 3D. Alright, next. What do we got? What do we got here? Windows, that's what we wanted. Yeah. 3D. Okay. 3D. Okay. 2D. There. Now I think we need one more species. Animals are starving. Oh, right. I don't know if I like have a vet and stuff like that with this, so I don't even Let's see here. Exhibit. Work zone. We're gonna give him the Madrid one, right? Oh, you have to make a work zone. I see. I think they'll just go and do this stuff though if you have enough. Oh, you're a couple more. But yeah, and then I need a. I forgot about a staff. Those two. that'll help these guys not starve. Alright, cool. Cool. Alright, now I think we have to make another habitat because I think I ran out of exhibit. Okay, so I wonder if we could do. I wish they told you like the size. I don't think they did on the Zoopedia thing. Because I don't know, these guys needed so much space. I wonder why they're mad. Too few adults? Interesting. But if I'm pretty sure if I give more, though, they'll just be mad about this. So it's like, I don't know what to do about that. What should I do next? What should I do next? This stuff, just staff buildings. It's interesting they put them off to the side. I just put them like right in the center because, you know, I needed them over there. But, you know, this is probably looks way more legit. But what can you do, I guess? We'll get there eventually, I hope. All right, well, let's build a barrier here and hope for the best. Let's do a concrete barrier or something. Give it climb-proof stuff. If it has it, I guess it just can't climb. You can't climb it with concrete, so that works out well, I guess. Alright, let's go. Go this way. I'll give you some water. Water area over here. Whatever animals go in here, you're gonna have some water area, so be happy. Should just probably give them a lot of water area, really. Probably should have just gave them all of this, but whatever. Alright, let's turn it to change it to glass. Let's see if we can go around this tree here. Bam. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, cool. Let's edit this and make it. Take up this whole area here. Might as well, right? Concrete. Bam. Go. One of my animals is in a box again for too long for some reason. They keep doing that. I wonder why they keep putting them. I don't even understand. Look at. Why do they keep ending up in here? They get sick? Well, now they're happy again because they have their social group back. It's weird that I don't even know what's happening there. I really don't know. I really don't know. Visiting player. I wonder what this is. Do people come and like check out my car? Alright, now we need another species. What should we get? Oh, maybe we'll get these things. Come in here. Put them in. Oh, I don't have a gate. Ugh, I always forget about the gate. Okay. We can go to get a gate. There. Gate. Well, you can move them in. Ugh. What the heck? Has a gate. Does that have power? Fuck. Ugh. Why? What is the power? It has power over there. Oh, the gate needs to be in the power spot. Ugh. How about we put a gate over here? Oh, you can't add one. Okay. Maybe that would work. Let's see. Let's see. Ah, what the hell? Why? It says it has power now. What's the problem? Fix incomplete. It's not complete, I guess. Oh, right there. Okay. It's kind of cool it tells you that, I guess, because I definitely didn't notice that. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do at all. Alright, hopefully that's good. No more right clicking, because it might break. Alright, cool. Get in here. Get over here. Cool. Staff alert! Damn, people like these exhibits. That's good. Should probably be a part of like some exhibit building, but you know, I'm not very good at the building stuff, so you know, if all these are in one building. Are these things in here yet? go. Oh, he just whips it.
My, you have been busy, haven't you? Splendid. But now that you've adopted all these lovely new species, we need to make sure they're nice and happy. So let's get the average welfare across the zoo nice and high, shall we? And by we, I mean you. Go on, get to it.
More soil and sand. Needs less sand. I'm always messing this up, dude. Always messing this up. The sand. That's probably mostly in this ocean, dude. And they're just like, no, don't have sand in here. Uh-oh. I got rid of all the short grass. Damn. It's messed up. There. Almost there. I really don't know what the sand is. Is this sand? There we go. Yay. Perfect. We need a hard shelter. god, I get a cheetah. Find some flat land here and plop it down. Okay. Cool. They seem pretty happy now. Now we need to get the animals more active. Need another research center, I guess. But that's not my mission. Let's see. Species food enrichment or and toys. Both down. Jeez. Honorable. Let's see what we can do. Okay, here are some toys. Whatever it is. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something like this. Oh wow, they got enough stuff, it looks like. They want another shot. What a basic shot. Still not. Does that count as a shotgun? There we go. There we go. Fix stuff, guys. Go fix it. Exactly here. 44. There. Definitely not. It's because of those the drills. We need a lot more space. It's crazy there's not enough space for them. There's so much. Now we're gonna give them all this area, so hopefully they'll be happy. Get off. There we go. Edit barrier. Pause and make sure those damn things don't get out. What is this? A wooden log thing. Go. Kill all this. There. Now maybe they'll be that thing's just rolling down here now. Pretty sure they'll probably come over here and clean it eventually. More stuff just in case. Need to make sure it's good. Caretaker. We'll hire 2 more of those and 2 more zookeepers. We did get a lot more animals too, so yeah. Don't get diseased. Animals escaped, what? What did I do? I messed something up. What did I mess up? Ugh. what's this freak doing? All the back. Get him. They 39. They gave her like no more space in their eyes. Jeez. This is just nuts. How do they want so much space? Is it because of this, the glass? They want more privacy? That's not something separate? I don't even understand. I don't understand it. Well, that's the last objective, so we got to get it done here. Man, let me see if changing this will... help at all with this? No, now they're even more mad. 37 still. What? I gave you so much more space. I don't even understand. Weird, weird, weird. Excuse me. Ah, weird. On another shelter? I don't even know. Does that make them feel like they have more space? I don't think so. Odd, and more odd. I don't get it. I gave him all this extra space and it's still at 20 or 37. It's like, that is just weird. There we go, Madrid. Do I really just need more space? There. Oops. No, that's just in the tree. So, that's... yeah. Sure, gave them all this extra space and they just don't even feel like they have any more space. It's so weird. It's very, very, very weird. good. Okay, now I gotta... I don't know if making this longer this way will help. It's like Jurassic World. I remember the same type of thing. It's like you give them more space in a certain way and they didn't care. They had to make more open as a whole. It's very interesting. Pause this. Kill this path over here. Alright. Got a barrier. Oh, let's see. Did that help at all? Well, looks like it did. Cool. Now they have 82 space. Still my animal wellness isn't high enough. Where's the other one? Huh. Is it empty? There's a feeding barrel right next to it. Yeah, he's happy again. Huh. Quality. Oh, it's all gone. I see. It's interesting the feeder barrels aren't on the food thing. They're like something else. It's weird. What else is that? Animals thirsty and hungry and stuff. What is it? Is there food stuff to put in these? I'm confused. left unlocked. That's what we're looking for, right? Let's see. What's up? My roommate's back. Fellow Norwalk member Jordan. Jordan Carson's here. There we go. There's the snail. Food. Nutrition. Food and water. Player's keeper. Oh, okay. I'll put a bunch of them here. Let's hope that sorts itself out. Surprised it's not high. 90%. We actually frogs are whatever song, hungry. The snails, frogs, I don't know. Needs cleaning. Requires a keeper. Call the keeper. Get over here. Alright, let's fast forward. Let's see. Anything else we can fix? Let's see. I think it's really just those frogs, and after they go back up. What is this? It's at 33. I wonder why it's oh, they're in that box again. I see. I wonder what I think you can put in there. 88%. 2 more percent, then I'll beat my mission. Oh, it's hard. What do we got here? Ring-tailed lemur. Let's see if we can make them happier. Let's see. They want more toys. That should be easy enough. Ring-tailed lemur. Ring-tailed lemur. So toys here for them. I think they just like to climb, and that's all they want for toys. How about that? I wonder if they like it more now. Doesn't look like it. Does not look like it. Oh, I see. I was messing it up. There we go.
Lovely job there.
Yes.
You should be proud of yourself.
Gold.
Not only have you expanded the zoo and kept the animals as happy as
I
Lanny,
beat the whole
but you didn't bankrupt us in the
scenario.
process. Amazing.
Thank you. It took me forever. Year 7, but I did it. Finally.
Wow! Well, you've certainly transformed the zoo. I barely recognize it. A wonderful new exhibit, some fascinating new species, and you've done wonders for the animals' welfare by enriching their habitats.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love playing with a 3-foot wide soccer ball, huh? I mean, other than professional soccer players. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't easy, though. I expect money was tighter than a possum's pouch. Plowing all those funds back into the welfare of the animals doesn't make running these places a picnic. Although, it does make me feel a little less guilty about how much our gift shops charge. No, as far as I'm concerned, the only reason to run a zoo is to help animal kind. Sadly, it appears some other people have far less noble goals.
Uh-oh. That's not good. These guys are just in here fighting each other. Oh, geez. One got beat up really bad. Oh, no. He's injured. Oh, they just want to fight. That's crazy talk. Alright. Finally beat this mission. I think that's all the objectives. Yeah, yep. Perfect. Alright, cool. I think I'm going to call this, though. It's a lot of fun playing this game. Got all the tutorials done. Sounds great. Alright, man. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Until next time.